Chief Inspector David Maina was a proud member of the police force. He served in the Rapid Deployment Unit, known for handling tough situations. They are often the first on the scene of riots and protests. Maina had a reputation for being fair. He believed in protecting the people. He always tried to de-escalate tense situations. His colleagues respected him. They admired his calmness under pressure. Maina believed in the power of dialogue. He thought it was important to listen to all sides. Maina had always wanted to serve his country. He grew up respecting the law. He saw the police as protectors. He wanted to be a part of that. His journey to becoming chief inspector was marked by dedication. He rose through the ranks. He proved himself in difficult situations. He never forgot his core values. He believed in the importance of community policing. He wanted to build trust between the police and the people they served. June 2024 was a difficult time in Kenya. The government proposed a new finance bill. Many saw it as unfair. They felt it placed too much burden on ordinary citizens. Protests erupted across the country. People took to the streets. They demanded the bill be revoked. The police were deployed to maintain order. They faced a difficult task. Tensions were high. Emotions were running hot. Maina and his RDU unit were always on high alert. They were deployed to various hotspots. Their job was to prevent the protests from turning violent. They tried to keep the peace. They wanted to ensure the safety of both the protesters and the public. Maina understood the protesters' frustrations. He knew the economic situation was tough. He empathized with their concerns. June 18, 2024, started like any other day for Maina. He woke up, put on his uniform, and prepared for duty. He kissed his wife and children goodbye. He promised to be home for dinner. He had no idea that this day would change his life forever. Maina and his team were dispatched to a large protest. The crowd was growing bigger by the minute. The atmosphere was tense. Maina could feel the anger and frustration in the air. He knew they had to tread carefully. The details of what happened next are still a blur to Maina. He remembers a sudden explosion. Then excruciating pain shot through his hands. His world went black. When he regained consciousness, he was in the hospital. He was surrounded by doctors and nurses. They were working frantically to save his life. He looked down and saw that both his hands were gone. Maina was devastated. He couldn't believe what had happened. He had lost his hands in the line of duty. He was a police officer. He was supposed to protect others. Now, he felt helpless. How could he possibly continue his work without his hands? He was filled with despair and uncertainty. His life as he knew it was over. Section 5. Facing the public eye. News of Maina's injuries spread quickly. The public was shocked and outraged. Some people accused the police of using excessive force. They blamed Maina for what had happened. They accused him of being reckless. Social media was abuzz with accusations and speculation. Maina became the target of hate and blame. Maina was devastated by the public's reaction. He knew he had done nothing wrong. He had always been a fair and just officer. He had dedicated his life to protecting others. Now he was being vilified for simply doing his job. He felt betrayed and misunderstood. Section 6. A sea of support. Despite the public outcry, Maina also received an outpouring of support. His family stood by him. They offered him unconditional love and support. His colleagues rallied around him. They visited him in the hospital. They shared stories and offered words of encouragement. The public's perception started to shift. People learned about Maina's dedication to his job. They heard stories of his kindness and compassion. They realized that he was not the brutal officer he was made out to be. Donations poured in to help with his medical expenses. People from all walks of life sent him messages of support. Section 7. The long road to recovery. Maina's recovery was long and arduous. He had to learn how to live without his hands. He had to adapt to a new way of life. Simple tasks that he had once taken for granted now seemed impossible. But Maina was determined to regain his independence. He spent hours in physical therapy. He pushed himself to his limits. He refused to give up. He learned how to use prosthetic hands. He practiced until he could perform basic tasks. It was a slow and frustrating process, but Maina never lost sight of his goal. Section 8. A new normal. Maina knew he could never return to the front lines. He couldn't be out on the streets. He couldn't protect the public in the same way he used to. But he was determined to continue serving the police force. He had dedicated his life to it. He wasn't ready to give that up. He transitioned to a desk job. He used his experience and knowledge to train new recruits. he shared his story with them. He taught them the importance of de-escalation techniques. He emphasized the need for empathy and understanding when dealing with the public. Section 9. An Unwavering Spirit. Despite the challenges he faced, Maina never lost his spirit. He remained an inspiration to his colleagues and the public. He showed them that it was possible to overcome adversity. He taught them the meaning of resilience. He taught them the meaning of determination. Maina's story became a symbol of hope. He proved that even in the darkest of times, there was always light at the end of the tunnel. He showed that with courage and determination, anything was possible. Section 10. Lessons Learned, Hope Endured. The events of June 18, 2024, left an indelible mark on Maina's life. He lost his hands. He endured immense physical and emotional pain, but he also discovered a wellspring of strength he never knew he had. He learned the importance of family, the unwavering support of his colleagues, and the kindness of strangers. He realized that the true measure of a person is not how they fall, but how they rise again. Section 11. Join the conversation. Chief Inspector David Maina's story is one of courage, resilience, and the unwavering human spirit. It's a story that needs to be told and retold. Share this video. Help us spread his message of hope and resilience. Subscribe to Wiz Warakwa for more inspiring stories. Like this video if you stand with law enforcement officers like Chief Inspector Maina. Leave a comment below sharing your thoughts. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an upload.
I removed the pin, but there was, I don't know, there was some resistance. That pin, there was some problem with removing the pin. When it finally got off, and then I was just about to throw my stun grenade, I just saw darkness. So I really don't understand what happened, because this is something that I've used, I've gone through them in training. So what really happened is something I cannot explain whether, but to me, I'm just referring it to an accident. The news was shocking. Everybody got shocked. That is from the family members, my workmates. They even those who know me, my schoolmates, my former schoolmates, my former training mates, and they came to the hospital. In fact, there was a time that they were only allowed to see me, I think it was 1 minute per each individual, because there was a lot of people who came to see me. They were really shocked, but when they came, and I really explained to them, and I had gone through some counseling, and I was really accepting the new normal. Now I'm somehow dependent. I'm not able to do some of, I know there's some whatever, but given time, I know. But it was not meant to kill or to hurt anyone. It was meant to produce just a loud sound for the crowd to disperse. We know some of this criticism because some of them are from people who are ignorant on what is going on or what really happened. So, to me, the critic or the criticism, I have just to ignore them, because there are so many. I have gone through some of them in the social media. Maybe good, they are insults, whatever. There are some others who knows and they really sympathize with me on really what happened. And so if someone gets to know the truth of what really happened that day, or what we were doing, I think he can understand more and give a better version of the criticism rather than that generalization and insults.